Mr. Ayodhya Reddy.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to participate on the working of the Ministry of Railways. First of all, for the last 75 years in India, if you look at the way railways have performed, I think they have done a decent job. Especially in the last 10 years, if you look at, as I understand, the entire strategy, the government tried to revisit the strategy of railways to keep in mind the future needs and the demands. And also the structuring of the entire railways, starting from the railway board up to the small railway station. I think there are some changes that have been started, and we are able to see the result of that on the ground. But sir, I want to tell, our Honorable Prime Minister has given a vision to this country that by 2047 we have to become a developed nation. That means a lot of work we all have to do. Especially coming to the railways, and this government actually third time it is back in power. I think they should now not run, they should just go beyond running. Railways per se needs to really catch up. On the strategic side, first we need to understand railways is a commercial organization of Government of India. So we have to keep that in mind always. And also it is run through the railway board, a strong board. The deliverables around the government, keeping in mind the vision plans of 2047, and also the board that needs to come, taking the input from Government of India, what sort of a strategy, vision and structuring that need to come must be finalized. We should know, sir, that the earnings that railway is making is almost equal to their operational expenditure. CapEx के लिए, capital expenditure के लिए पैसा नहीं हो पा रही है. Government of India is supporting the entire capital needs. Almost 3 लाख करोड़ का बजट है, 3 लाख करोड़ का revenue budget है, expenditure है. So, if you see this entire money, where from it has to come? Certainly, we have to see that the expenditures are brought down and the revenue models have to go up. For that, my suggestion to this government is that bring in the best of the consultants, global consultants, Indian consultants, and put a clear roadmap on how we are going to make the railways, in terms of reaching the goals, yearly goals and 5-year goals. And also the best of teams that they need to identify. I see some gap there. In line with the expectations, around 5 M's, I call this, and manpower. There's a lot of money that we are losing out in railways around the salaries and the pensions, etc. So we need to come out with a clear vision on how do we address the manpower issue, and also the materials that railways is procuring, how they can be self-sufficient on their own. The entire machinery that need to be put in has to be worked out around a strategic structure that government believes that it is going to strengthen the railway system. Especially the money. The money that we need to raise, it has to be long-term funding that we need to plan out, And it's not just from central government pool. We have to also bring in participation from private, especially areas where the core technical and core mobility, I think, areas where, the track and other sides, where safety and quality is of highest priority, that should be kept with government railways. But I think the rest of the areas can be privatized. So, and a very strong management plans they need to bring in at every level to bring the accountability. So I think if we can work out, the government can work out a structured plan on this, I am very confident in line with the Viksit Bharat plans, I think railway also be ready to face those plans. Then at the management level, I see that while the strategy they fix at every level, I feel that Government of India must look at north, south, east, west and central as 5 zones, and in each of the zones, how the P&Ls have to be set right, how the business models have to be brought in, all those things need to be worked out. And then at the management level, right people have to be brought in, right projects need to be identified, and then implementation at the operational level. Operational level, I personally feel quality. If you see, we are always proud of railways quality. So that need to be sustained. Today, in the current situations, quality thoda bigad raha hai sahab. Quality ke upar and safety ke upar. Highest priorities must go on quality and safety. I think time बहुत बढ़ गया, अच्छा हो रहा है, ठीक है. Budgets also, I think some of the, I think from my point of view, I can say the Indian railway charges, etc., are one of the best in the world. Then what we need to do is health and environmental point of view and clean operations and green operations, especially green operations, keeping our carbon emissions into control. We need to work out on the improvement of the entire railway system. So these are all the things that they must see, that the money comes from outside the system. Government money should come down. Quality can be improved. Some of the new things like bullet train, everybody was talking why bullet train, etc. No, we have to be ready. Our mobility in the system, we have to increase, almost 250 km per hour types, 160, 180 km per hour types. We have to really increase our speed. And also some proof of concepts we need to bring in for next generation. What are we talking? If we have to become a developed nation, we certainly need bullet trains across the country. And also we need technocrats and bureaucrats also in the ministry. It is not that, they don't understand the other side perspective. Certainly our Honorable Minister, he understands the subject. He understands the technology. I have seen him high commitment for deliverance. So I think we need people with knowledge, people with skills, and also the right attitude to work for the nation. And then only all of us collectively, we can criticize, no problem, outside the house, inside the house for various things. But let me tell you, sir, I think, we have one of the best minister, one of the best government to see that, how India can be led to the next level of its growth. इससे बढ़कर हमको अच्छा टाइम नहीं मिल पाएगा. बट सर, ये जो स्पीड और जो विजन से ये काम चल रहा है, ये सफिशिएंट नहीं है. इसके लिए बहुत गेयरअप करना पड़ेगा. हर आदमी, हर एक पार्टी, हर एक स्टेट, हर एक गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हमको 10 times more work करना पड़ेगा. So sir, I only wanted to tell you, keeping these things into consideration, I want Andhra Pradesh actually to be supported by all means. I want, especially Tirupati, is one of the most respected place, pilgrimage place, where we want a railway zone, and also some of the training and support initiatives, skill development initiatives, and all that thing, around, and also some special trains during the festive days need to be brought in around Tirupati, and Hyderabad and Vijayawada, Guntur, Tirupati. We need to connect all of that much better. After separation of the state, we have lost out lot of things. So I request through you, sir, to the government that special focus need to be given to Andhra Pradesh and to make India a developed nation by 2047. I think the way railways is moving is in the right direction. They need to just enhance the speed at which they execute the projects. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for finishing.